Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different, exploring how a phrase, one that sounds pretty inspirational on the surface, can be totally reframed, turned into something quite confrontational, really, a call to action. So we'll be digging into strategic messaging, how language choice really shapes perception, shapes what we do.
Yeah, and the source material for this is fascinating. It's a set of slogans, apparently designed for what they call a hashtag cool farming attack,
Yeah.
which sounds like a kind of subtle psychological campaign
Yeah.
aimed at building discontent against a sort of tyrant figure.
Okay.
And what's really clever, I think, is how they take this well-known saying, if one man can do it, all can do it, something
Right.
positive, right? And they just twist it, make it into these urgent demands, basically calling out inaction. It's a great example of how language isn't just neutral. It shifts viewpoints, assigns blame even.
Definitely a powerful starting point. So let's look at the first one. This one seems to focus squarely on, well, complicity. The slogan is, if one man can rule the room, all have built the throne.
That hits hard, doesn't it? It really does.
It feels like it directly points the finger at the group. How does it manage that sense of, shared responsibility?
Well, rhetorically, it's quite potent, and it uses that strong visual, the throne, building a throne. It implies power isn't just seized, it's enabled, maybe by silence, by quiet acceptance from everyone else.
Oh, right.
So it doesn't just blame the ruler, it shifts the focus onto the collective.
Yeah.
Makes you think about your own part, even if passive. It directly challenges that whole bystander idea.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Building on that collective idea, the next one seems to get into corrupted ideas, poisoning the well, so to speak. It says, when one man twists the principle, all are poisoned by the pulpit. That imagery, poisoned by the pulpit, feels particularly insidious. What's going on there?
That's a good word for it, insidious. The pulpit here is obviously a symbol, right? Authority, influence, maybe moral truth. So when it talks about twisting the principle, it's pointing at a leader who corrupts core values, spreads distorted narratives. And the poison isn't just like a bad idea you can disagree with. It suggests something deeper, a contamination affecting the whole community. Whether you believe the lie or not, you're still breathing the toxic air, essentially. It bypasses rational argument by evoking this feeling of being tainted.
That's quite dark. And moving from that, this next one sounds like a very direct warning. It uses a really vivid image. If one dragon is tolerated, the whole village is ashes. The dragon. What makes that specific image so effective for urgency?
It's designed for maximum impact, clearly. A dragon isn't just any problem. It's mythic, powerful, destructive. Tolerating it, even a little bit, isn't presented as just risky. It's shown as leading inevitably to total destruction. Ashes.
Right, complete ruin.
Exactly. It's what you might call consequence amplification. It connects doing nothing to the absolute worst outcome, leaves no room for thinking, oh, it won't be that bad. Ooh. It aims to short-circuit complacency with this image of total loss. Demands action now.
Very effective. But what happens when people try to downplay the threat? Say it's not real or just symbolic. This last slogan seems to tackle that head on. It says, you call him an avatar, we call him the ghost in the machine. What exactly is this ghost in the machine idea getting at? And why is it supposed to dismantle that denial?
Okay. This one's very targeted. It's aimed right at people who might try to intellectualize the threat away. Call it just a figurehead, a symbol, an avatar, something not quite real.
Yeah, like it's just an idea.
Precisely. By countering with the ghost in the machine, it reframes it. Makes it sound like a hidden, insidious force within the system, something tangible pulling the strings unseen. It forces you to see the threat not as abstract, but as a real, active presence working from the inside. Demands confrontation, not just, philosophical discussion. Makes the abstract feel very concrete and kind of creepy.
So pulling these together, what seems clear is that each slogan, though different, is really aimed at breaking through inaction, tackling denial from various angles. They're not just statements, are they? They're like little rhetorical weapons, using vivid images to make potential consequences feel immediate and real.
Absolutely. And what this deep dive really highlights, I think, is the sheer power of language. How it's used not just to describe reality, but actively shape it. How it assigns responsibility, motivates people to act, or conversely, allows inaction to continue. A strategic tweak in wording can change everything.
It really makes you think. So for you listening, what does knowing about these kinds of strategic reframings reveal? How does it change how you might perceive power or responsibility or those calls to action you hear all around you? Does understanding the technique change how you might respond? Something to consider. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Darling, I'm falling.